Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we will be talking about the right hand posture on classical guitar. In general there are two ways to position your hand while playing classical guitar. One is more in this fashion, where the fingers are touching the strings perpendicular and work in this direction. The other way is when the wrist is straight, so to speak, and we kind of work in diagonal to the strings. This is another way of positioning your hand. Both ways are used by many players. There is no right and wrong. All depends of your anatomy, depends of your understanding about the sound, depends what you want to hear, depends what you're looking for in the music, not only in the guitar. In this video I'll be talking about this situation where the hand is almost, the wrist is almost straight. There is no angles here and there, almost straight, and how to position your hand. That's the posture that I'm using at the moment, but I'm not imposing it on you, I'm just sharing. I will start with a few things to keep in mind. How your hand is positioned, it may not give you the sound you want. It may or may not. So that the position of the hand is not a criteria that you're gonna get certain sound. Everything depends of your understanding of how the fingers work, how the guitar works, how the sound producing works. And this is the subject of another video. But nevertheless, here I'll mention just a few things. We will not pluck the strings, pull the strings in this fashion. That is not how we do the things. The sound is not very thick, with not very good quality, although it's not correct to say like that, but it's a different thin sound in which kind of sounds only the string, not the body. This is one of the things. The other thing is that working in this way, plucking in this way the strings, you are using with these flexes of the finger, and they're not that fast and efficient. And in the other way, we're using this another muscles to move the finger more from the first joint. So this is about sound producing, just small diversion. So you need to keep in mind that in general the wrist is supposed to be slightly exposed. I'm not going to say any measures because the hands are different, but if you look at it from your point of view, you shouldn't see things like this or extremely like this. So it should be something in the middle, very close to the normal way in which the hand is positioned when you do something else, walking, for example. It should be somewhere around that, not in that. Don't let it go because it goes and it does itself something. So we don't want that. So somewhere like this. It shouldn't be bent opposite. There are players playing like that. It works for them. Shouldn't be bent too much like this, as we said. That's not good for the wrist. The other thing is the thumb. The thumb has to be kind of forward, not be in line with index finger. Although again, it depends of your anatomy. It depends. But something like should be a little bit forward, so when you play close with index finger and thumb, to not meet them. So the thumb to have some room to play. And the other fingers for that matter, which they will go in this direction, and the thumb will go in the other. We know the thumb moves from this joint, preferably, and the fingers more from this one. And the other joints, they follow but they are not the ones who generate the move. That is crucial to understand. We have to be somewhere in this area when we're building our default posture. Not here, not here, not here. Although it could be very comfortable to play here. We do this sometimes. Those are effects. The normal thing is somewhere here. We play most of the time. And here is supposed to be our default posture, the posture in which we are comfortable, we feel good and secure, and we can play for hours. Those are effects. We can use them also, but when the music needs them. That is the thing. The other is your forearm. Where do you place your forearm in this area here? That is extremely, extremely important. Up to some extent, to the great extent indeed, it's going to determine the angle on which your fingers will attack the strings. If I'm here, the things become different. I'll be playing almost perpendicular, right? If I'm here, I'll be some. So you have to find out this for you, how it works for you. With my anatomy, with those long limbs that I have, I can't use the instructions of most of the guitar specialists and how to say, teachers even. I simply won't be able to play. So I found something that works for me, and you will do the same. So regardless where you will find your position, how much inside, how much out. So if you go too further, in order to reach the strings, you will bend too much the wrist. If you go back, your wrist will become too straight. Here you will lose the balance. You won't be able to relax good. So something has to be somewhere in the middle of the forearm. Again, middle or a little bit toward the elbow, or a little more or less forward. Something, it's very, very specific, but you have to find your place where you feel your hand the most balanced, the most that you're going to use the least extra muscles to hold it, and the hand will be well rested and relaxed on the guitar. This is what works for me. It may look weird from your side, but that's how it works for me. For you, it could be different. Also, I have to think about where the guitar is positioned. Long ago, when in a search for posture, I found this one. That's how I used to play. But at that time, I was using this type of posture. It was that's how I used to play. It worked for me at that time. So when you are in this situation, in order to get that nice sound, the fingers should go slightly in this direction. If you choose to have this posture, the fingers should go kind of, so the hand has to be twisted a little bit like that, and you will again get a good sound. See, there is nothing impossible. So that's why I said that these two postures, they can work for everyone. The other thing is when you shift from here and there, from this to do different colors, there are two ways to do that. Let's say if you're here, you want to play slightly ponticello. There are two ways to do that. One is simply I'll play a little bit more naily. I'm not going to shift. But the other way is to shift your hand. When you shift the hand, you will obviously, because it's going to be for just say for few notes you're gonna move somewhere. If there is no time to rest and relax, you better don't do it. Now we hold it with or the other muscles. And as soon as that thing is finished and you get back to the normal, you have to develop a way to relax. Basically, that is to summarize. The wrist, you have to find your angle, your distance from the faceboard of the guitar, where your forearm will make a contact with the guitar, in which point, so without destroying the rest of the things, because don't forget there is no only right hand, the left also. So the angle in which your fingers will attack the strings, how the thumb will be, forward, backward, inside or out. This you have to find for yourself, but not to be inside, not to be too much. Basically avoid extremes. And to keep in mind that when we produce the sound, we move from the first joint mainly, the thumb also, and the rest of the fingers. So once you're fine with that, you will be on the right direction for yourself. And the most important thing is to listen. Listen to music and create the musical image, the musical images, or the criteria of the sound that you want to achieve. And that will guide you in finding and researching for your posture. In the process of searching how to produce that sound, you will find your posture by using all the resources that we have today. So guys, if you like the video, please subscribe. And if you want more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments.